Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. So there's some interesting stuff going on with the Sony a65 that's been announced as well. A lot of people are wondering, should I buy the a65 or should I buy the a77? So I thought I'd give you some reasons why. I've got 9 reasons why to buy the a77 over the a65. To start off though, let's just go a quick recap of what the a65 actually is, the Sony a65. It's 24 megapixel APS-C sensor, same one that's in the a77. It's a plastic body construction. It's got one dial for controls. It's 10 frames per second shooting speed. It has a fixed ISO from 100 to 1600 and auto ISO. It's got the 2.4 million dot OLED true finder and 15-point AF sensor. 3 of them are cross type, so it's 15 points, 3 cross type. It has no AF fine tuning, no joystick controller, no top LCD, no flash sync socket. It has the double hinged LCD articulation screen, so just the two-way double hinged. It's got a tilt swivel, and the video is the 1080 at 60p, the AVCHD 2.0, same as in the a77. It's big brother, and has a maximum shutter speed of 1/4000th of a second. So there's a quick recap of what we're going to see, what we're getting in the Sony a65. Comes in at a really good price. In Canada here, I just checked at Henry's. It's $11.49 with the kit lens. Not bad at all for quite an impressive little camera. So there's a recap or a summary of the a65. Let's have a look at the a77 versus the a65, and I'll give you 9 reasons why you might want to buy the a77 over the a65. Okay, so first and foremost, mag alloy body, magnesium alloy body with some plastic on the a77. That's versus the a65's entirely plastic body. So more rugged, better constructed body on the a77. That's number 1. Number 2 is going to be a combination of the feature of the controls on the a77, and that is a combination of the 2 control dials versus the 1 control dial on the a65. And then we have a joystick controller on the a77, which we don't have on the a65, and we have the top LCD panel on the a77, which we don't have on the a65. If you're trying to visualize what the differences here are, think of the a77 as a more pro body and more controls to easily flip through things. Think the D7000 or the D700 Nikon or the D300 versus, say, the D5100 or the D3100 that has less controls and dials and things, and you'll get an idea of the difference between the a77 and the a65 as far as the controls are concerned. So that's number 2, that's the controls. Number 3, frame rate, 12 frames per second versus the 10 frames per second. Self-explanatory, it's 2 frames per second faster on the a77. Number 4 is customizable upper and lower limits for ISO on the a77 versus a fixed 100 to 1600 on the a65. This is pretty big for most pros, for anybody that gets into dim lighting and anybody that wants to really have full control over their ISO on their camera. Number 5, the autofocus system. Pretty self-explanatory here again. A77 has 19 autofocus points with 11 cross-type sensors, and the a65 has 15 with 3 cross types. So you can totally expect to see the a77 being a faster, more accurate autofocus system. This right here, folks, is probably one of the main keys right here why you want to buy the a77. Better autofocus. The camera's autofocus isn't up to par. I'm not usually liking the camera. Not saying the a65s won't be up to par, but a77's is better. Number 6, the AF fine tuning is available on the a77, not available on the a65. So you get a lens, needs to be tuned in. You can do it right on the camera with the a77. You can't do that on the a65. Big advantage there that we've liked in a lot of the Nikon and Canon bodies to have that AF fine tuning. Number 7, flash sync sockets on the a77. To somebody that's just purely amateur, not interested in using flash or not interested in taking their lighting up a notch, that's not going to be a big deal on the a65. To those advanced amateurs and professionals, huge thing to have the flash sync socket on the a77. Number 8, triple hinged LCD screen is on the a77. So that gives you a hinge, tilt, swivel versus a tilt, swivel, the two-way on the a65. So more versatile, more maneuverable LCD on the a77 versus the a65. The last thing, number 9, reason why you would want to buy the a77 over the a65 is a 1/8,000th of a second shutter speed on the a77 versus a 1/4,000th on the a65. Gives you more control over your lighting, more ability to do things, and certainly something that we always look for, the ability to have a faster maximum shutter speed. The faster the better. So 1/8,000th versus 1/4,000th to the a77 on the 1/8,000th. So anyways, there you go, folks. There's 9 reasons to choose the a77 over the a65, and we'll give you some reasons in another video why you might want to choose the a65 over the a77. But for now, that's 9 reasons to choose the a77 over the a65. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with some new video posts, some new articles, and we'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography here at artoftheimage.com. As always, if you have any comments, post them below. If you disagree with some of the points, let me know. If you want to add some, if you think are important reasons to buy the a77, or if you think some of them aren't big reasons, let me know too. And I'll post below too, just so you know, some of the things I've been really busy with this summer. A lot of you may not know I'm a writer as well. You can check out pumpernickelpark.com. That's my kids' ebooks. That's for toddlers and little kids. And they're available on Amazon as well. But pumpernickelpark.com, there'll be a link below, and they're available as ebooks for your iPad, iPod, iPhone, all those great devices to amuse your kids on, some great books. And I've also started this summer Diary of a Nerd King. For those of you with kids that are familiar with Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, this is something similar. So if your kids enjoyed the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, they'll probably enjoy Diary of a Nerd King. It's funny, it's humorous reading, and it's great for encouraging teens and tweens and young kids to read. You can check that out at nerdkingdiary.com. I'll post the link below, and please pass it on if you find it interesting or you know people with kids. Thanks again, folks. We'll see you soon.